Aubrey, how do you feel about IELTS Task 1 bar charts?
They're the worst. You guys, I feel so bad for everyone preparing for academic task 1. I feel your pain. It is frustrating. It is not fun to be analyzing these charts, but luckily if you have strategies, it really takes some of the pain and frustration out of it and just makes it more cut and dried. Like, okay, I understand what I need to do. Let's get this essay written.
For sure. Without any guidance, guys, it is nearly impossible to figure out how to do task 1 on your own, right? And there
Yes.
are billions of websites out there with different strategies and different ideas and model answers that frankly would not score highly on IELTS. And it's
Right.
really difficult to
That's
know
confusing.
what's correct or who to trust.
Exactly. So, first of all, you guys can trust us. Jessica was an examiner for 14 years, keeping in touch with her examiner friends. So, we know the strategies you need to make task 1 much easier, right? Once you know how to do it, it's actually quite simple
Yeah.
and very doable.
Should be fast and quick, guys.
Yeah.
Academic task 1 should be fast and quick. So, thank you to our YouTube subscriber, Lauren9624. Thank you, Lauren. Lauren said, "Hello, can you please do a video about a bar chart?" So, if you're not aware and you're just listening to this podcast via audio, we put all of our podcasts in video form on our YouTube channel, IELTS Energy TV. So, go check us out there and admire our facial expressions and body language and
Yeah. And
get
you
the
can
full
see my
experience.
dad's art studio. I'm in Idaho, so I've
Yeah.
got a different background here. So, come check out the video. You can see where my dad works.
So cool. All right, guys. So today we have tips about three chips,
Three chips.
three
That's all you get.
about our charts. There we go. What is the first tip? Where do we start today?
Yes. So we are looking at a chart here. And your first tip that you guys need is all about paraphrasing the question, right? When you have the topic, you're going to need an overall trend. You're going to need to paraphrase the question.
Yes. If you use too many words from the question, guys, first of all, it looks like you don't have your own vocabulary, and that affects your vocabulary score. And the examiner is not supposed to consider if you copy too much of the test question, the examiner cannot consider that as part of your essay. So it doesn't matter for word count anymore. It used to, but remember, examiners don't count words anymore in your IELTS writing. But what it does affect is your cohesion, coherence, because it ruins the structure of your essay if you don't have an introduction sentence, right? So let's
Right.
give an example. Let's say the test question says, the chart gives information on the percentage of women going into higher education in 5 countries for the years 1980 to 2015. Aubrey, how can we paraphrase that?
Yeah, so you could start your essay by saying the graph exhibits data about females in 5 nations who continue their education after secondary school from 1980 to 2015. So you can see
Awesome.
we're saying basically the same thing, but we're
Yes.
paraphrasing. We're using different vocabulary.
And don't try and get fancy about the sentence structure either. In this paraphrase, we did include a relative clause to make it fancier grammar, right? But guys, if that's difficult for you or you're doubting your ability to make a complex sentence, then just use the same sentence structure and replace the vocabulary words with paraphrases. Okay. That's literally all you have to do to have that sentence still count as part of your essay. All right. So let's get to the strategy for the numbers, because this is really where a lot of students get lost is they don't know what am I supposed to put in my essay. There's like a possibility of 20 different numbers here that I'm looking at. What do I put in my essay? So what do we need to know for bar charts?
Yes, I feel like this is the most difficult for bar charts because you have multiple bars, multiple topics, and this can
Yeah.
be really tricky. It can be confusing as you're writing for the examiner to understand how you organize your essay. So
Yeah.
keep it simple. Our strategy is to circle highest, second highest, and lowest for each of the different. For example, on this one, we have 1980 and 2015. So for each of
Mhm.
those, highest, second highest, and lowest. But for this chart we're looking at, it is a little tricky because some of these are equal, they're tied. And if that's the case, then if both of the highest amounts are tied, you're going to want to report both of those.
Yes. So basically, guys, you should remember the rule like um 3 numbers per paragraph is enough. Okay? So if I'm writing about 1980, for example, I'm writing paragraph 2 is going to be the most important numbers for 1980. So I look at the bar chart, I look at all the numbers for 1980, and my first instinct is to circle the highest, the second highest, and the lowest, all right? So that's my first step. Now, I'm looking at this bar chart and I see, oh, there's actually two numbers that are the same for highest. They're tied, like Aubrey said. So in that case, guys, I will include both of those. And I don't need to include the second highest. That's too many numbers. If you include too many numbers, guys, your task score goes down. So remember, try to only have 3 to 4 at the most, numbers per paragraph because there are not going to be more important numbers than that. There's not going to be more key numbers than that. Okay.
Exactly. The examiner is looking to see if you can determine what is the most important information here and report that. So be careful about that. If you follow this strategy closely, then you don't have to take time to guess which are the most important numbers, right? Highest,
Yes.
lowest, that's what the examiner is looking for you to share.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of students waste a lot of time overanalyzing this graph and thinking
Yes.
about, okay, what numbers are important? Why are they important? Guys, you never have to think about that. It literally is just what's the biggest? What's the smallest? I mean, if that's anything you remember to do, that'll be enough for at least a 6, right? And remember guys, if you want the complete system of strategies so every task one is super easy, go to allearsenglish.com/KEYS. All right. So those are the numbers for our essay. Remember, only put the key numbers in your essay. If you want a 7 or higher, you have to only have the most important numbers and be clear about why they're important in your essay, right? So, how we do that is by using vocabulary to label these numbers as the highest or the second highest or the lowest. So, what are some great synonyms? And this is tip 3, guys. What are some great synonyms for highest and lowest?
Yes, you can't just say highest over and over and over or
No,
second highest, right? You need high scoring vocabulary here. And this is really going to pay off because these same words you can use in any task one essay to say highest, right? Most noticeable, most remarkable, or the most massive numbers. All of these just mean the highest numbers.
exactly, exactly. And instead of saying lowest, you can say the least impressive numbers or the most meager or the most paltry. All of that means the lowest. Notice, guys, that every phrase is in the superlative, right? The most, the least, because again, that is how we label these numbers as being the highest or the lowest, which you have to do. So the examiner is clear about why these numbers are in your essay.
Yes, and something to watch out for if you find yourself including words like, the same, equal, like not too much higher, things like that, recognize that that vocabulary is a flag for the examiner that this might not be the most important information that should be included
Totally.
in the essay. So instead, these superlatives, that's what you want, highest, lowest.
Exactly. You're never going to write the words small difference or slight
Right.
change. Guys, that is never important. Those ideas will never be in your essay.
Exactly. If so, cross it off and rethink the numbers you're including.
All right, fantastic. This is a jam-packed strategy episode. Guys, if you have IELTS questions for us, you can email us support@allearsenglish.com. You can comment on one of our videos on Instagram, All Ears English. You can come back to our YouTube channel, IELTS Energy TV, and leave a comment there, or leave us a review on Spotify or Apple.
Awesome. Yes. And good luck practicing for your task one essay. These should be pretty quick, pretty
Yeah,
simple, as long as you have strategies.
exactly. All right, awesome, Aubrey. Thanks for talking today.
Awesome. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.